Right then, this is a quick walk around video. It's absolutely cracking little Toyota Yaris. This is a nice spec one actually. It's the 1.5 petrol and it's Icon Tech. So it's got the sat nav and rear camera. Finished in this beautiful electric blue metallic. Looks absolutely stunning on the car. The car's covered just 42,000 miles, full service history on the vehicle, and is in lovely condition. Front of the car, lights and lenses, clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet, very, very clean indeed. Can't see any obvious stone chips. There will be a microscopic one, I'm sure, but I can't see it. Near side, lovely and smooth in the panels. There are obviously obvious sort of car park dinks or dents. Near side front alloy, really, really good. I'm in the shade, by the way, because it's a lovely, crisp morning. But sunshine and videos don't go well together. Near side rear alloy, again, absolutely lovely. From the back, very clean and tidy. There's a tiny little mark, I think there's one low down there, but I mean, I'm talking minuscule stuff. You know, it's a 6-year-old car now, but it doesn't look like one in all honesty. Offside, again, beautifully smooth in the panels. Offside rear alloy, and absolutely lovely there. Ring and panel work, very, very nice indeed. I don't, by the way, ordinarily do my videos here, but they're doing work where we are, so it's far quieter doing it around here. Coming to the boot area, good sized boot in the car. Easy to expect of a Toyota. It's been kept very nicely back here, furnished very well. So coming to the back of the car, really good amount of room for a relatively small car, and it has been kept very, very nicely indeed. So coming to the front, passenger side, again, very clean and tidy. Passenger seat there, in absolutely lovely condition. Finally coming on the driver's side, door card again, lovely and clean. Footwell area is very clean as well. Obviously a full set of original Toyota mats. Driver's seat again, in super condition. So inside the car now, as always, I have the engine running so the dashboard can be seen illuminated, which is a really lovely design. Very nice condition as well, by the way. You see the sat nav there working exactly as it should. Just pop the car to reversing. Likewise, you can see the reverse parking camera all working perfectly. Then come across the main dash binnacle. Hopefully you can see there, 42,390 miles, and apart from a low fuel light, there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. So finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Toyota Yaris, and it's the Icon Tech. Car's registered BP17SFX. And mileage at the start of the road test is 42,395 miles. The reason for all of our videos, and especially actually this bit, is so that people get to see the cars we advertise in operation. Like loads of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out when you drive it, it's got an obvious fault that shows up. So that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is then it'll be representative of what you'd feel on test drive. So coming to the car, lovely ownership, lovely history, lovely car in every way, just drives absolutely beautifully. But we're going to go through all the things that I always do, starting with engine, which starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge just under half, which apparently is where they're meant to be on one of these things. But very, very nice unit. It's flexible, it's got plenty of oomph to it. Being Toyota, of course, very reliable, but it's just a very sweet-natured engine that's as happy, tootling around town as it is out on the open road. Engine then feeds them to the gearbox and clutch. Clutch in the car, smooth, positive, light, really nice actuation and bite on it as well. And then into a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is very, very nicely done. Slick shifts, as you'd expect from Toyota. all the engagement of all the gears feels nice and well engineered, as they always do, and I imagine that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new, because it feels as tight as a drum, in a good way, by the way. So coming into the steering chassis of the car, one of people who've seen my videos before know that my pet hate of lots of things is overlight power steering. I hate it, and it does seem that lots of manufacturers who do small cars tend to do that. Toyota haven't. They've given it a really nicely weighted power steering system. It's quite hefty in a good way, and it also tracks bullet straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to legal limit, but it's very nicely done. You turn in, it's accurate and precise. You know, it isn't a sports car, let's not pretend it is for a second, but what it does very well, because it doesn't unsettle the car unless you are particularly aggressive with it, because the chassis works very nicely with the steering of the vehicle. Because the chassis, your initial and override feeling you get from it is, it feels like a more substantial car, a bigger car than it actually is. It drives like a much bigger vehicle. The ride's very nicely judged, very smooth, very comfortable. But when you get to go through the corners, it doesn't kind of lollop around. It's because it's relatively light on its feet, it likes to change direction nicely, but it does so in a very mature fashion, I have to say. It's not here to light the world up in terms of kind of the enthusiast's car, but it does what it does brilliantly well. It really, really does. Incidentally, there's absolutely no rattles or clunks coming from underneath the vehicle at all. It shouldn't be there. It just feels really, really solid. Brakes on the car, excellent, really powerful brakes. There's no pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all. So all in fine order. I think I remember this one. It looks like it's had very recent discs and pads on the front. My memory serves me right, which it rarely does in all honesty, so it's worth checking that. And then to come inside the car, which, you're in a Japanese car, so it's bound to be well built, and it very much is so. No squeaks, no rattles, it feels nice and solid in here. The layout is really nicely done. I love cars where they just keep it very simple, and Toyotas simply have done. Even I can manage the sat-nav system in the car relatively easily. You've got separate controls here for a nice simple air conditioning system, all working perfectly. All the switchgear feels robust and well manufactured. And in front of me, got a dash binnacle, quite natty design, nice dials, very legible. The colouring's really pleasing on the eye as well. And then we've got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel, which feels absolutely fantastic in hand. It's a really, really lovely car. I have to say, I've driven plenty of Yarises in my time, but this is the first of this vintage we've ever had. Because we'd sell predominantly Honda and Lexus cars, so the Hondas tend to be the Jazzers, which again are always very nice cars indeed, and this is very similar in lots of ways. It just feels a cut above most of the other cars in its class. The point of the video, it's relatively short, is, as I said, just to feedback on any issues, of which there's nothing at all. It drives absolutely beautifully.